I am Rosie.
And I'm Christina.
What is it? What's this episode?
28.
No?
Yes, 28. I gotta erase
Are
that.
you sure?
Yeah.
What if it's not?
It is. Look, 27 we posted last week.
Okay, sorry.
It's 28.
Hi, I'm Rosie.
And I'm Christina.
And welcome to the 28th Valid Vibes podcast.
Where the vibes are valid because they are real and authentic.
So we're going to start off by saying our valids and invalids for the week.
All right, you go first.
All right. Mine, it's like kind of stupid, but it's kind of sad at the same time. I could have had 5 invalids for this podcast, by the way. Like, I just kept writing down, like, invalids, because obviously before the podcast, me and Christina prep. And, like, throughout the week, I'll write down if something good happened, if something bad happened, and it was all bad. But I'm just going to say one. So, going off of the last podcast we had, I talked about, like, letting go of your old life. And I've had this car for so long. Her name was Linda. We named her after my grandma. A Lexus truck from 1997. So she's older than us, this truck. It was a piece of shit truck. But, like, it was my first car. I crashed it. I had, so all my friends in it, like, after basketball practices or, like, it was so old that the windows wouldn't go down. So, like, there was times, like, that it was raining and we couldn't get the windows up. Like, there was so many memories in that car. And there was just, like, one day that, like, I never drove it again, and I just was sitting there, and it was time for it to go. But, I wasn't thinking of it. I wasn't. And, like, how sad it actually is, because I realized all those memories that I have in that car are with people that are no longer in my life.
That's true.
No one that was in that car is in my life.
Like, once.
You were?
Maybe one time.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think just to literally move it around your block.
Yeah, like just for fun.
I was like, oh my God, I was never in Linda. Yeah.
And, like, I guess because, as I said on this podcast, like, my family, they all passed away. Like, my mom's side, my grandparents, my uncle, they all died. And, like, so I also moved about 5 years ago. Like, we're in a new house. I have a dog, and it's just a whole new life. And it just happens. It's over time, but then you look back and you're like, oh my God. But anyway, when they were taking away the truck, I got emotional. I literally, like, it was going away. I'm gonna cry. It's so stupid. And then, like, I just, like, started crying because that was the last physical piece of my old life. And there's nothing else. Wow. Like, that was the only thing that was from my old life physically.
Yeah.
There's nothing else physically, and, like, that I have. And it just, and it hit me then. But obviously, you just have to appreciate the people around you and everything like that, because you just never know. And again, it was just a car, but it's just memories, and it's like moving out of a house. That was also a very emotional thing for me. But yeah, it's my invalid. One of my invalids. I'm not even gonna say
Linda
anything.
will be put to good use some other.
Yeah,
family.
Right now she's on her way to Miami.
Oh, Miami, Jesus.
Yeah,
oh God. They're probably gonna, like, redo
Miami.
her up and stuff.
Yeah.
Aw, Linda, we miss you.
Yeah.
Shout out. I think she's watching this.
I remember the time where I almost literally died because the brakes failed on me going through a red light.
God.
Yeah, and that's when I just stopped driving her. I was like, Dad, this car's got to go.
Yeah, that was
Went
bad.
right through the red light, and I had no brakes. It was like a video game. I'm driving home. No one was home to help me. There's a lot of memories in that car, but R.I.P. Linda, but have fun in Miami and best of luck.
Live your best life.
Yeah.
Okay, so my invalid is that I've been very hard on myself this past week. Rosie knows that.
Yeah.
Not this past week. Like, this past week has been, like, really rough. More just, like, in my head, overthinking every little aspect of my life. Having, like, a terrible mindset about, certain things that go on in my life. Instead of seeing the positive, I've been so negative, and it's honestly really affected me. It's affected my environment. It's affected the people around me. And it got to a point where I was like, I can't I can't keep thinking like this. I can't keep living like this. My room was a disaster.
I just, like, it came to me. I didn't even tell you this. Like, obviously, me and Christina talk audio messages all day. But, like, I think it's you comparing yourself to other people.
I've done that my whole life. Like, it doesn't matter what situation it is. I always was comparing myself to other people. Mm-hmm. It's just, like, a flaw that I have to work on. But I feel like everyone does it low-key. I'm just, like, that's, like, something I do all the time. I've done it since I was a little girl.
I think that you are just so ahead. Again, this is why I love the podcast. You look back a year ago, you were at this job that you hated. Mm-hmm. You know, you were very stressed out with everything going on in your life, and you were not happy. Like, you were miserable, you were depressed, you were just going day by day. And now, like, you're glowing, you're doing esthetician school. Like, there's nothing else you would want to be doing right now.
And it's like, I know that, but that's how you know, mental health is so hard. Like, it's important because I physically cannot control my thoughts, and it's like, it's not anything so serious, but it's like, I know in the back of my head that I'm doing that. I could watch back and say, wow, like, I look like a completely different person. You could see in my face I looked dead back then. Like, yeah. But it's just, I can't control it. Like, I can't, and I'm trying, but it's hard, you know? It's easier said than done. Like, I could go and tell you, like, you know, it's like, if you were in this situation, it would be hard too. Because when you're actually in it, it's harder than telling someone.
No,
you know
I know.
No, I'm saying, like, our brand, like, I'm preaching positivity. I'm preaching to get help, and, like, I don't take it for myself.
No, I know.
You know, so it's like,
I was thinking of that.
Yeah, I'm like, get therapy.
Every time we talk, because then I give you the advice that we say on the podcast, like, you know, like, like, stop comparing yourself to other people, or take it day by day.
Maybe I should watch our podcast more.
Like, I think you're fine. I think you're just in your own head. I think you're doing so good. You know you're doing so good.
I know. I don't know.
Like, there's a baby. Sorry, I'm, like, really stuffy.
Do you have COVID?
No. I'm actually recovering from a cold. Anyhow. Oh my God. What was I going to say?
I don't know.
And it was really good when I was going to say.
You said, I don't even know what you said, to be honest.
I don't know. I forgot. It was really good, too. But just give yourself credit.
I know that I'm doing much better than I was. It's just hard. I don't know.
Oh, I got it now. Oh. I don't think you're used to things going good for you. No, I think you're like, wait, this is too good. What? I think that's what it is. It just came to me. You're like, there's no one to stress me out. I'm doing what I love. What's wrong? Like, I just think, like, are you not used to it? Like, you're living.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not a therapist.
Hopefully, in a couple months, I'll look back on this and say,
"Yeah, I'm just trying to think."
Because I never give myself enough credit. I never think I'm doing enough. That's why I'm always doing everything. Like, I'm always overdoing. I'm getting into new things. I'm always, if I'm bored, I gotta go to the next thing. Like, you know, and that's why I love our company. Again, we talk about it all the time, whatever. But, like, it's constantly growing. It's constantly evolving. It's never just, like, stagnant, if that makes sense. We're always thinking of the next thing. I need that because I get bored. Like, I would never get bored and be like, I'm out, you know? But, like, we're the same. We're like, we got, what's next? Like, how are we going to, if it's not working, all right, then what are we going to do? Like, that's why we work well together, I feel, because... Like, I've had people in my life, you know, that weren't on that same wavelength where, like, if something's not going right, are we just going to dwell on it or are we going to think of the next thing? You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's why I keep busy, but I never think I'm doing
love
enough.
This. Like, I love what we do because I wouldn't want to go work. Like, we went to school for that. I'm just saying, like, I love our roles.
I know.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Obviously.
Yeah, I can't wait for the green Keurig. Anyway.
I think I need to look up my valid. I literally was struggling to find
look
a valid.
Look up your valid?
No, I know there's that valid, but I didn't know if it counted as a valid.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, fundraiser? No.
No, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, wait, what are you talking about?
I don't know. Hold on. Let me see. All right, so my valid is that I just feel like, well, it's kind of an invalid that just today went into a valid.
It's funny because last week I think you, like, had trouble thinking of an invalid.
I was like, oh my God, I got so many valids. I know. So I just feel like every day it's the same shit, different day. Like I am so bored all of the time. Like,
Is this valid?
no. Wait. And like what I do in the morning, like I wake up, I go to spin, I come back, and then I sit on the couch all day with my dog and like work from my computer. And then I just wait for nighttime to eat dinner, and then I go to bed. And I'm like, there's more to life than this, you know? So today I went to a different gym. Okay. And I went because Armando works over there, so I went with him. And yeah, and it was just a different day. Today was just a different day, so my life is just really boring right now. I feel like I'm very, very bored.
She went to a different gym.
I went to a different gym, and it just, my whole day was different because I went later in the day, you know.
What gym?
I had tortellini soup. I never had that before.
Okay, it's different.
I think I'm losing it.
What gym were you at?
Same gym, different location.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was the nicer gym. So
at
I
least
switched
you
it
found
up.
something.
I switched it up a little bit, but yeah, that's it. I'm
okay, now tomorrow do something new. We're doing something new tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we're doing something new. I'm excited for that. I'm really excited for that because I don't leave the house anymore.
Okay,
so that's good.
All right, we'll get coffee. We'll have a little time.
All right,
out.
good. I want matcha. Thank you.
All right, so my valid is I was asked to be a bridesmaid from my cousin's fiance, Sam. Shout out to Sam. I don't know if you watch this.
Comment if you're watching this. Thank
but
you.
It was so cute the way she set it up. Like I posted it. She like hired this pizza company. I think it's called Dope, like dough, PE, like pizza dough. So shout out to them. It was sick. It was one guy. He was outside with wood burners, burning pizzas, making pizzas, all different types of pizzas. Like they had a whole list. It was like 10 different types of pizza, all these appetizers, all these desserts. Oh my God. Like it was, I've never in my life. So it was a surprise. Like we thought it was just me and my sister and my cousin's girlfriend and her hanging out. But all of her friends were there. There was like so many people.
See, like how do people do that? Like, because I don't think all my friends would go.
She booked this 4 months in advance. Like she literally texted, like that's why like, I don't know, we kind of had a feeling because it was like, why are we hanging out so like.
Yeah.
Because we did this maybe like 3 months ago. Like she asked us if we were free on September 30th.
Oh my God. Yeah. But
we were like, all right. But then, I don't know. But it was really cute. So that's my valid.
That's good. I wish I was there
next November.
The pizza.
It was so good. So good. Anyway, so we want to talk about our fundraiser that we had on Monday, a week ago. Wow. We talked about it in the last podcast. And we just want to say, I'm still in shock.
I'm still in shock. Like, okay, we had a goal. So for Suicide Prevention Month, we had a fundraiser on GoFundMe, and it was a little bit on Instagram too. And we just had the link in our bio. We made the goal 500.
Mm-hmm. We hit 500 in like 2 days. That's number one.
Yes.
Not even.
And then we had the live on the 25th. A shout out to Joni. Shout out to Lisette. Shout out to
Paul Mitchell.
Made by Ro. Angela Designs.
Barks by Jay.
Why
don't we just say all local small business?
All local small business. Americano Cafe. Like everybody just pitched in. Either they donated a goodie, they donated to the GoFundMe, and like it was just overwhelming. I think I got sick, no joke, from that night because I woke up, I had no voice because I was screaming. So I was like, we're not giving away nothing until there's 25 people on the live.
I talked to my mom the next day and she was like, Rosie was loud. I was like, yeah. She kept people.
You see me at the end of the live, I had my hair in a ponytail. I'm like this. I'm like, Christina, you have to take over.
I know.
Like the adrenaline was going through my body. No, because you were
I was just like,
because everyone was like, oh, I just donated this and that.
Someone anonymously donated $350.
Yeah. Well, it was like 400.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
it was 400.
$400 anonymously, so very much appreciated. But our total raise was $1,815, guys. And that was from $500 we raised in like 2 days. It kind of stayed that way. When we did the live, it was like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Mm-hmm. We raised over $1,300 in 2 hours.
Yeah, not including Instagram. Like, it's insane.
Yeah. So it was absolutely insane, and we are so grateful, and Nami is so grateful. We are their highest donators. Lynn was crying
from Nami Staten Island, and we're Nami Staten Island's platinum sponsor, so yay!
Yeah, they were their highest donators, and we donate to them all the time anyway from you guys purchasing from us. Anytime you purchase, a percentage is donated. Speaking of purchases, we got some new merch on. We're wearing the same one.
I love this one.
Yeah, this is my favorite one.
This is a little sneak peek. Well, by the time this is out, you guys run to our website because everyone's already doing pre-orders and stuff like that.
I'm going to show some pictures here.
This crew healing era, and then the rest of the crews are embroidered.
Yeah, I'm gonna show some
we're gonna leave t-shirts on the website as well, obviously. And so I'm very excited for that.
Yes,
October 10th is World Mental Health Day, so we're launching in honor of that. We did a photo shoot. We did a photo shoot the same day as the fundraiser. It was a very long day.
Shout out to Americana Cafe. Shout out to all of our friends and boyfriends that came and helped us. You guys are the best. You know who you are, and we love your support, and we couldn't do it without you.
It's just like every time, like Monday, for example, when I walked in, because I walked in with Armando to Americana Cafe, the amount of people like that were there to model for us.
I know.
The owner gave me a hug right away. Like the whole day, and then raising that much money.
You just seen the support. And guys, we said this. Whoa. Imagine like we had maybe 30 people on the live, which I hope we look back at this a year from now and be like 30 people. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
Imagine what 30 people did. Imagine what the entire world can do. Like when we get our name out there, we're gonna raise millions, like literally hundreds of thousands.
And it was a suicide prevention.
Valid Vibes walk.
It was a suicide prevention fundraiser, okay? And the person, for example, that donated anonymously, like $400 just straight to NAMI.
And we have no idea, like we're not close with that, you know? It wasn't like...
It puts things in perspective, because when we, for example, obviously people were donating hundreds and 50s, like it wasn't just regular donations. It was like these people like really care. They really relate to they love what we're doing, and obviously all the proceeds went to NAMI. That there was nothing for us.
No, you could see that too on a GoFundMe.
It went straight to a mental health organization. Like we don't. That just put in perspective for us that like so many more people struggle than we think. So many people know people that struggle.
So we found out about a lot of people's stories after the fact of posting this fundraiser, and that's like why they supported. You would never think.
Everyone was very emotional. I'm not gonna lie, not just us, because yesterday was Stella's first birthday, and I ran into Denise. So she's Crafts by Didi. She makes like sublimation tumblers, pens. She's very creative, but she got very emotional. She's like, "It's so amazing what you're doing." I gave her all her goodies. She was so happy. Selfless. And she was like, please, next time, like, let me know, because I would give away all my Starbucks cups and pens. Like, they're just like, but you don't even think to ask people, honestly. Like, but these people, like, come to us. What more can we do? And it's really, like, every single time pushes us to grow the brand. And, we're doing the right thing, and we feel so good about what we do.
Yeah, so that was amazing, and definitely a valid for the both of us.
Yeah.
So, in this episode, we asked you guys on Instagram to write in questions. So we got a lot of responses. So we're gonna answer some of them now. All right. So the first question is, how do you cope with your anxiety?
So to me, like, anxiety is a feeling that creeps up on you and like takes over your body. It's a physical feeling. It's like your mind takes over. So with me, I live at the gym. Like whenever I feel that, obviously sometimes I don't have the motivation to go, but like the next morning, because I'm usually anxious for like a period of time. It doesn't really just go away. So like I'll make it a priority to like go the next morning. Like when you're at the gym, you just release serotonin and like things, like within 8 minutes in a workout, you already feel mentally better. And as the workout goes on, you're just, like you're doing so good mentally, physically. And yeah, that's how I cope with anxiety, honestly. It's just like going to the gym.
Yeah, I honestly feel the same now. Like going to the gym is such a stress relief thing for me. It's and especially the gym that I'm at, you're in your own room, you're by yourself most of the time, so it's very just like zen. You're sweating out all the toxins in the sauna. So
yeah, it's also like meditation too. It slows you down.
Yeah, a little bit, but Yeah, I agree with that. Another thing for me is like, honestly, it's kind of bad because it's like on your phone, but I like to like go back to like old videos, like funny videos on my phone, look at like pictures and stuff.
That
of,
gives me anxiety.
no, like fun, like good memories, like with family or like funny TikToks, you know, like YouTube.
I don't know, the snap
like
memories. Like,
no, like
tonight.
not.
3 years ago tonight.
No, like not like that. Like I would purposely go through my photo album and like look at like pictures, videos, or whatever.
Nice.
Like sometimes like watch our stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
YouTube. I like watching YouTube videos.
Yeah,
Netflix.
basically just getting your mind off of it. Like I'll go right on my phone. If I get like a negative thought, I'm like, I grab my phone. I don't know if it's a bad way to cope. Yeah. And also, I'm going to say this too, like avoid alcohol, because I've realized like I don't drink as much as like, you know, I used to. I'm not saying like I really overdid it. Like I would always drink socially, but you know, whenever I was like young, I was in the club, I'd wake up the next day, I just would have anxiety. Like anxiety is a real thing. And I know people that like go through that too the next day. So if you're feeling anxious, I would suggest just staying in. You know, like if you're not feeling it, because also when you're out at a bar or whatever it is, like people do get very anxious. Like that's a thing. I remember when we went to Sophia's in Cinco de Mayo, I saw a cat. It got very, very crowded. Like Sophia's has like a Cinco de Mayo party where it's like very crowded. Well, we went early, but it got crowded quick. Yeah, that was so fun. But I just see Kat. She's standing by herself. Obviously, we're all like drunk, and she's like this, like breathing in and out, like all alone. I grab her, I drag her out of the crowd, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "This is just a lot for me right now." Like but it's happening. Like she went out this weekend and it happened to her friend, and that's why like I brought it up. Just whatever. If you have FOMO, just do yourself a favor and don't go out. Do not waste your money. Do not waste your time. Like you having anxiety, and alcohol makes it so much worse. Honestly, because you don't know, you have a lack of control when it comes to that.
Yeah, before I was 21 and like we used to go to like 18 and up bars or whatever, like in college, I had such bad anxiety. I don't know if it's because like I knew I shouldn't have been there, or, you know, it just wasn't my scene at that time. I mean, we were 18 years old, like, and I used to get so upset. I used to get such FOMO. All my friends were like so into it and I just wasn't. And like I felt like such a burden because every time like I would leave, I would cry and leave, and I knew they hated going out with me because I was so miserable. And then once I turned 21, like I wasn't that anxious anymore. But like I don't like places like maybe like DJ like very close, you know, together. Like if you're dancing like this on top of people, I have to go. Yeah. I'm more of like a chill bar, you know, nothing crazy. Maybe outside like Marina Cafe. Like I like that vibe. I get very claustrophobic if people and like disgusted, sweaty people up against me. No, thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just choose not to, and you have to make that decision. Now that I'm older, I could care less if I miss a day at DJ's, honestly.
Yeah. I brought it up too because it's like being our age. Like I get anxious before I go out, or like when I'm out. Like that's really it. You know, when it's a social event, like literally.
You have to see
that
people,
was a good question.
You know?
Shout out to Emily. That was a good question.
That wasn't Emily. I don't know who that was. But
really? Who was it?
I don't know. I didn't. Oh, wait. You wrote it.
No, I didn't write that.
Oh, wait. No, someone asked and then you asked, like, how do you cope with anxiety?
Oh.
Wait.
Oh, my God. My ear is ringing.
Whatever. We don't need to say.
My ear is ringing.
Someone's talking shit. You have to count it. You probably missed
5. A, B, C, D, E.
Emily!
No.
Okay. So, all right, this is a cute one. Okay, next question. If you could say one piece of advice to yourself a year ago, what would it be? I like this question.
Oh, God.
I'm trying to... Wait, what month are we in? October? Okay, so
can we look back at what the hell you were doing in October?
I know exactly who I was.
What was I doing?
I could picture myself. I was disgusting.
Do you remember me where I was? No. I don't remember. Armando was in Italy. And October? I was sad.
Yeah, we were both honestly... this is what I talked about last week. Like, this time last year, we were horrible.
No, this was terrible. Now it's getting to me. This was terrible. I remember I was struggling career-wise, relationship-wise. Obviously, Armando was so far away. A year ago, Armando was in Italy, and it was his birthday, and there was just so much going on. Obviously, I was missing him, and then I wasn't doing anything besides this. I was struggling career-wise. Again, we always talked about that, but the advice I'd give that girl is just to enjoy life, take it easy on yourself, and just be patient with timing. I needed to have more faith. I think I had faith, but I just wasn't patient. Like, I wanted the job now. I wanted Armando home now. You know, he didn't come home. I went to visit him. No, we came home in January for holidays. I went to Italy twice that year, and I felt guilty for that. Like, because I felt like I didn't deserve it.
What do you mean?
Like, going to Italy. Like, in my head, I'm like, I should be working. I should be busting my ass. I don't know if that's just, like, my parents in my head, but I always felt guilty for, like, enjoying myself. And Armando being away, me missing him, it's like, I deserve that because I'm not in a good point. Yet, I was okay. I just didn't have a job, but I was so hard on myself. So I'd say just to be easier on myself.
The same advice you just gave me in the beginning of the podcast.
Like, I don't know.
Me a year later.
But yeah, she's out there struggling still.
Me a year ago, I was a disaster. I could picture myself in my head in a podcast episode. Okay, if you want to look back, go to our seasonal depression episode from last year. That was terrible,
please.
Because that was this time last year. I was orange, number one.
Why were you that color?
I don't know. And also my eyebrows were like straight lines.
And you just see the wall. The wall
and I was like this.
The wall speaks for itself, okay?
Bad.
The leaves falling everywhere. We're like dead in the seat. Like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, I remember myself during that time. I was definitely going through a lot mentally, but like low key. Didn't really talk to anybody about it. Like, not even you, not Ashley, nobody. Just because I was still like figuring out a lot of things within my own head. I don't know what's going on, but whatever. But at that time, I definitely was like battling back and forth with myself, you know, before like the breakup, to be honest with you. It was in my head for a few months, and that's probably around the start of it. Like, not saying that like I was thinking of breaking up, but I knew something was off with me. Like, I knew I was thinking certain things that I shouldn't have been thinking in a relationship, you know, like things like that.
Yes.
It was around that time, and I was a disaster. I was fighting myself mentally.
You didn't know what you were feeling, and then
In any way, same thing with career. I was still at that sucky job. I was getting treated like, you know, poop.
Shit. She said, you know, poop.
Whatever. So, yeah, we were freshly graduated from college. Yeah. Both kind of just lost. Yeah, so I would say to myself, I don't know.
You're doing so good now.
Yeah, I would say.
This is a very...
I would say fix your foundation shade. I don't know what you're doing, girly. You know, your eyebrows, why did you shave them off? I don't know what you did.
What'd I look like? I looked the same.
It was bad. Cut your hair. My hair was down to here. Disgusting. No, okay. No, seriously. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna get through what you're going through, because at that time I really didn't think, even before that, I didn't think I was gonna get through anything.
Yeah.
I thought it was forever. Like my dad said last week, nothing is permanent. Whatever you're feeling now, you will not feel tomorrow. It will just be something new to feel, you know? So keep going and don't give up on yourself, and everything will be okay. Yeah.
That's cute.
That's cute. All right, next question. I've been in a funk. Any advice? Same.
All right. Being in a funk. I'd break the bad habit. So, for example, like, because I find myself, as I said before, I'm, like, very bored. Same shit, different day. But today I broke the habit. Like, even though it was different, you know, I went to the gym at 2 o'clock. It was a different gym. Whatever it was, I haven't really had dinner with my family. Like, just switch it up a bit. Go outside. Enjoy the beautiful weather while it's lasting. Because before you know it, we're going back to seasonal depression. And being cold. So just please, you will not regret it. Just put your headphones in and go on a walk, and just you have to push yourself just to get out of the house to do that.
Yeah, that's kind of similar to what I wanted to say before, and I forgot to say it, is I was saying how my mind's a mess, so my room was a mess.
Yeah.
So yesterday I was kind of sick of that, and I deep cleaned my entire room upstairs, went through like 3 garbage bags out the door, clothes that I've held on to a singular skirt, this is real, that I've had since high school, that I'm like, it's maybe like a small or a medium, and I'm like, I'm gonna fit in this one day. So I kept it for years, and I finally threw it out yesterday because I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I'm not gonna be a small again. Like, it's just unrealistic. I mean, who knows, but probably not. Your environment definitely affects your brain.
No, it really does. Like, just take the time to clean your space, honestly.
How do you cope with being at a different stage in your life than your friends or other people around you?
These are all questions. Like, I feel like this is a very therapeutic episode for you.
Yeah.
Well, first thing I'm gonna say is don't compare yourself to other people. I just feel like you could be at whatever. Maybe you're at a stage where you're having a baby, you're moving in, you got a new job. Like, things could change tomorrow. Like, this is why you can't compare yourself to other people. You have to be grateful for what you have. Be happy for other people, because you just never know. Like, and you could have a different life tomorrow. You could literally have a different life tomorrow.
It's hard because I'm obviously going through that right now. I explained that in my invalids. I'm comparing myself to other people. It's hard to but I have advice that I should take myself. But I've seen it on TikTok. It was, think of the show Friends. I love this.
Oh, yeah, this is good.
If you think of the show Friends, which is my favorite TV show, they start off season 1 when they're like 22, 23 years old. And their lives are in shambles. Like, they all don't, Rachel's coming from her wedding. She ran away from her husband. Ross's wife divorced him because she's a lesbian and they're having a baby. Like, Monica's boyfriend and them broke up or whatever. Like, they're all just a mess. And that's just season 1. There was 10 seasons. And in season 10, they're all in their, like, mid-30s. And they're finally starting to get their lives together somewhat. They start to get married. They start to have kids. So it just, like, puts it in perspective that, like, not everything... Because there's even people, like, our age right now that are, like, married with kids. It's, like, weird. It just depends on your life.
People are at all different stages and mindsets. Crazy. Being 23 going on 24, it's bizarre.
Next one. How do you stay motivated?
Oh. I don't let myself go any other way, because I do feel that me personally, even with school, whatever it is, if I'm off track, I'm off track. Like, meaning, if something is a little off, or if I'm in a funk, or in school, for example, if I missed out on a credit or something, I'd be spiraling. Like, you have to get yourself out of that bad habit before it's too late. Because I feel like once that bad habit gets you, it's latched to you, and you will keep going down. So that's what keeps me motivated. And I'm kind of like a little bit sick in the head for this, honestly. Like, when I don't go to spin class in the morning, I beat myself up. I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? I haven't missed a class since April. I mean, I didn't go today. Since April. Okay, these people go like 2-3 times a week. I go every day. And if I missed one class, I'm beating myself up. So I think I am a little bit too much. So maybe I should.
You definitely overwork yourself 100%.
I just always feel
bored.
Bored. I feel like I always have to be doing something, and I feel like I'm never doing enough. Is that everyone? I know, that's you too.
Rewind back to what I just said.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's
so funny because we just say the same thing.
Literally. For me, honestly, I think it's unrealistic to be motivated 100% of the time. So you can't be so hard on yourself, because I know for me, I get in funks where I am so unmotivated. Yeah. It's something that I know even the person who asked this question relates to me. ADHD paralysis is so real, and I wish that it was known more, because... And I definitely, like, I don't want to go on, like, Adderall or anything. Like, that's probably the only thing to help with. So I'm kind of just coping with it. It is so real. And I'm going to explain what it is. If you're in front of a hot stove, right? And I tell you to touch that stove, you're going to say, no, I'm not touching that stove. Why? You could physically touch the stove, but your brain's telling you, no, that's hot. You're going to get burned. Do not touch the stove. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically like, I could say, all right, get up and clean your room. I could physically get up and clean my room, but my brain is literally stopping me from getting up and cleaning the room.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like you literally cannot move. It is so annoying. Like, I hate that I have it because to other people, it may seem like I am unmotivated or I'm lazy, and I hate that because I'm like, it's just like this feeling, and I know the person who asks this, and she's going to watch this, relates to it. We talk about it all the time, and it sucks because we're both, like, very hardworking people, but when it comes to getting in that funk, it's like I literally cannot move.
I was in that, like, because it was
really
it was a
hard.
Depression thing. Like,
I've had it my whole life.
Because I wasn't working, I didn't want to do anything else, like, literally. So I found myself
I feel like
on
that's
TikTok.
more depression.
I was on TikTok for hours and hours and hours, to the point where I would have a headache when I looked at the phone.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to move because I felt I was so depressed. I was like, I should be at work.
I think that's more depression.
Yeah.
Like, ADHD paralysis is something that, like, you basically have your whole life.
Yeah.
Like, because I've had it even in high school, like, where I know that I have to do something, I physically cannot get up and do it.
Wow.
And it's like, and it, like, bothers me. I'm like, I gotta get up. Like, this is what I feel. Like, and I'm, like, yelling at myself. Like, even this morning, I had booked the gym, because you have to book an appointment for the gym at my gym. And, I'm like laying in bed and I'm like, all right, I can't get up because I haven't really been to the gym in a few days because of school. It's like so hard.
It's hard.
And I'm like, oh my God, get up. And I could not get up. And I'm laying there. I'm on TikTok literally for like an hour. And I'm like, like, I literally yelled at my, like, get up. I said out loud, and I literally got myself up. Like, it's like I'm fighting with my own body. It's so nuts. Weird. And it's so annoying.
Like, to fight with yourself.
I literally yelled at myself to get up. Like, I was talking to myself. Like, it was like my brain. I think it's if my body physically talks to me, my brain's like, get up. And I'm like, no. Like, it's really annoying. So,
but I have another thing. What I do, again, I may be a little bit too much, but I have to-do lists for every single day. So I talked about this, but like, I had my to-do list for today. I have my to-do list for tomorrow. The next day, I have my hair wash day on there. When to do my hair. Like, I swear.
No.
Every little thing is on my to-do list, and I go day by day on that. So I always
it's like
get
a thing
stuff
to like
done.
check it off, you know?
Yeah, I get stuff done, so it's not a bad thing. But
what's that like? Have you ever felt like someone doesn't like you for no reason and it just bothers you to the core? How do you deal with it? Yeah.
I feel for the girl that was in high school. Like, you know, like, I was on the basketball team with like my good friends, I thought, and there was just so much bad energy around me. And I always showed up for these girls. I was a good friend to these girls, rooted for these girls, and just I always felt bad energy, like, to the point where I'd go to sleep and, like, they say dreams have meaning, and I'd have dreams of all my teeth falling out, and that means like you're very stressed out. And that's when like my people pleaser side came in, and there was a lot of shit talking when I didn't deserve it. And it just, I had trouble sleeping at night, just being comfortable. But I talked about that on the podcast. I'm not going to go too much into it. But how I coped with it, honestly, was like hanging on to my good friends. Like Alyssa, thank God, was always there with me. That's why I'm very close with her. Like all the girls, whatever, they'd make a travel team, and me, I was very good at the sport. I was the only one, they didn't ask. And then like obviously Alyssa too. So I'm just very like lucky that I had Alyssa during that time. I would just say to remove yourself from toxic situations. Like, I just wish, I was just very dedicated to the sport, but socially I just was going through it. I don't even think these girls know that. I think they do, because they just would leave me out of they would like throughout the years, because then we went to varsity senior year together, they'd create like little cliques, and I was friends with like everyone, but like their group chats, I was left out of all of them. And then on senior night, it was all the group chats, and then like beat Alyssa at the end. Like, it was just terrible.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, we talked about this already, but I relate to that with people in my life too. I won't be too specific, but I was always the odd one out. I've had group chats made with literally only without me, named Christine would kill herself if she saw this. Yeah, so it all happens today, and honestly my advice is, like Rosie said, just remove yourself from the situation. Take it as flattery, honestly. If they don't like you, there's for a reason. It's probably because they don't like themselves.
I learned that.
Think about it. If someone is so mean to you, or like says things behind your back, or is jealous of you, it's not you. there's something wrong with them. They are going through their own thing. They are insecure. They have their own problems. They're just taking it out on you to make themselves feel better. So don't worry about it. That's my advice, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this was a fun episode.
This was
probably a long
sweatshirt
one.
to wear.
Healing era.
These were healing questions.
We should have wore this during our growth and healing episode, but yeah, these are all like really good.
These are brand new, though.
We have more questions. Maybe we'll do a part 2 to this one day.
That was very therapeutic,
but this
honestly.
was probably too long to continue answering questions. So
yeah,
thanks for everyone who wrote in.
Yes. And thank you to everyone that supported us for the suicide prevention fundraiser. Yes. We are very happy and we appreciate all of your support. And if you're watching this, run to the website if you haven't already.
Because we're not sold out already.
Yeah, no, we literally are going to sold out. We're going to sold out.
We're going to sell out, literally. We sold out yesterday, so that's it. Because this will be the day after. So I don't know if you'll even have the chance to get our merch. You're going to have to wait for the next launch. I don't know.
You may, yeah.
Make sure you guys use the code podcast for a percentage off our new merchandise. For those of you listening on Apple Podcasts, Rosie just showed our shirt. Maybe you should watch this episode. I say that every episode.
Yeah, and look at our cute merch. I just have an attachment our cute to YouTube. Sign.
Yeah. So we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to stay real, stay authentic, and stay valid.